What's up, guys? Emergency episode of the Always Race Day podcast here. If you haven't heard yet, get out of the rock that you're living under. Iowa Speedway is finally, Damon, finally getting a NASCAR Cup Series race. 2024, sounds like
Yes.
June. We'll go through what we know, but man, long time coming.
Yeah. I mean, it's been since what, 2006 when the track opened or something like that. And we've been sitting on our hands for how long waiting for this day to happen. I mean, I'll tell you how important it is. I just left the middle of a tour to get to this. Like, this is how big of a deal this is. Like, it's I don't know, man. You get those moments that give you chills, like that kind of stuff. That's what this kind of moment is. Like, we've been talking about it for so long. Rusty Wallace wanted a cup date, and we finally got one. Yes, granted, it came nearly 20 years later, but we've got one.
Yeah, let me go through kind of what's came out already about the race, and we'll kind of put things into perspective for people. I put a questions tweet out. We got a few of those to answer as well, but it was first reported by Jordan Bianchi and Jeff Gluck from The Athletic. They're both of their names are on the story, so if you're looking for who is leading, they're both fantastic at what they do and they work together. So, but they announced that Kim Reynolds will have a press conference on Tuesday. I think we'll be at that. I believe. I got to clear it with people, but so that presser is supposed to go Tuesday morning, and we'll find out more information. And the NASCAR schedule is slated to come out around Wednesday. And I was poking around Sunday during the Talladega race, especially the early parts of it, trying to find schedule nuggets that have been leaked on the internet. I only found like 9 out of the 36 races. So it sounds like Iowa's going to be the only new track on the schedule. There's still question marks about the Charlotte Roval and whether that will return. And we talked a lot about that on the podcast yesterday. But man, like I don't. No one that doesn't live in Iowa or hasn't been to the Iowa Speedway at least once will ever understand the amount of times we were teased about, not teased like in a bullying way, but in a we're going to dangle a carrot in front of a bunny rabbit and watch you chase after it on a treadmill. Nobody will ever understand.
Yep.
Since so Rusty buys the
No.
track or helps create the track in its inception and everything. They're just talking about it on downtown radio in Des Moines about how Rusty used to come in there and say like, oh, just, cup race is coming soon. Cup race is going to come. And it never materialized. There were rumors throughout the 2010s multiple times. Then for a few years, it was what was the excuse? The facilities weren't good enough to host a cup, or they wasn't big enough to
Yeah, didn't have
cup
didn't have
race.
enough seats. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. IndyCar rectified that. They just brought in the damn seats. So, anyways,
Right.
obviously the track after 2019, IndyCar didn't go there out of the pandemic, but the track was already a shell of its former self. And that was part of why IndyCar didn't go there in 2020. There wasn't, everyone got fired, everyone lost their jobs. And I believe that was before COVID. That was not the pandemic caused this thing. Unless on the record, that's what they say. I don't know. I don't know who would even come to me pissed off I said one thing or another to that. It just, there was a gutted staff. There's 2 full-time employees at Iowa Speedway. That was it. IndyCar ends up, or I guess that NASCAR season, there was rumors again that, hey, maybe they'll go to Iowa now that they're making their own schedule couple weeks by couple weeks. That never materialized. Obviously, NASCAR bought the track. They told everyone that was good news. Still took them 5 years to even entertain the thought of coming to Iowa, or 4 years, whatever. And yeah, and please, I
Well,
want everyone to
and don't
support the
forget
NASCAR
too.
race. Don't forget IndyCar and Hy-Vee saved your fucking ass, and go out and support that in July. The Cup Series
But
race apparently is supposed to be in June. That was put on their website and taken off. It was put up in the same format that the IndyCar stuff was on there. There's screenshots. I don't think that a false date would get put out there, but it could get switched before Wednesday. So be wary of that a little bit.
Yeah, don't forget too the fact of it really um it really didn't get to come to fruition because of Montreal either. Like Montreal is not going to be on the NASCAR schedule. And so really we're one racetrack away from them, not being able to do that. To see here we are sitting being with another tease in our face. Um Unfortunately, we don't get to see Montreal. Good thing for us
No,
though,
don't
because
unfortunately
we
that. I
get the
don't
Iowa.
care.
Just that's why I said good thing for us. We
I'll
get
let
the
you
Iowa
say
Speedway.
it. Oh man, I'm so like beyond belief right now. I didn't think this would ever
Yeah.
come. A lot, all the people I've grown up and met at Iowa Speedway have tweeted me and said similar things. And it's, for it to finally happen, for us to be sitting here talking about it like this, I am just so happy that it feels like we've been running a marathon for 20 years. We just finished.
It has. I mean, it's just how long we have waited for this opportunity, how many good races, we've seen out of this facility, and just the being told time and time again, cup race is coming, cup race is coming. I get it. The Xfinity races were awesome. The truck races were awesome. Getting NASCAR to the track, a big deal. Getting IndyCar to the track, a big deal, right? But at the end of the day, and I think you can agree with this too, Connor, getting the highest form of American motorsports to a facility can change the game.
Yeah, it absolutely can. I have no doubt this race will be sold out. Just so everyone's aware, when the ticket prices are up, and we'll have it covered for you at Always Race Day. We'll be constantly updating this on podcasts. We're going to treat this like the Super Bowl, flat out. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, there is not a bigger deal for a racing website based in Iowa than what we got today. I'm so thankful that we have it and have everything in place to be able to do this and be able to cover it. We're going to knock it out of the park. I'm going to let you guys know. I said we had some big things planned, and now we got to try to one up a cup race because I promised you guys big things. So we're gonna have to do something pretty damn cool, and we're gonna make it special. But yeah, get your damn tickets because this will be sold out. It and now can you do what IndyCar has done? And I say this from an event management perspective. Can you do what they've done and build that foundation and build it up from there? That's where you have to go here. If this is a 1 year
Well,
replacement race for Montreal, I'm really going to be sour about it. I mean, you all know our
mhm.
thoughts on this. We have, like, NASCAR won't let others buy the racetrack because
Right.
they want to keep it under their ownership. Well, I want a cup race every year.
Well, and so someone just asked that in our questions as well, is do they make this as big of an event? I think the blueprint for it is watch what Gateway did. Like what Curtis Francois and Chris Blair and that whole group at Worldwide Technology Raceway there in St. Louis, what they did for their first cup race, they turned it into a festival. Like it was a music festival that had the cup race, the truck race, and so much going on at the same time. There was a barbecue contest that went on. Like there's so many different things that were a part of that first race at Gateway for the Cup Series. And then they did it again this year, like the same exact thing they did again this year and had another music festival, big acts, big bands, big names. I think there's your blueprint to follow is watch what they did at Worldwide Technology, plus take what Hy-Vee and IndyCar have already done with the big name acts that they've already been bringing in.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think, what they got to do to entertain people is already there. And I was an entertaining racetrack. I don't say that biasedly. I think it's a track that most closely, especially since its inception, has delivered so consistently. And it's hard to beat a track that, like the Roval, Damon. I know you're not a big Roval guy, but that's the only track I would put up there with Iowa that delivers every time.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
if I were to go
yeah,
chart the
that's fair.
races, I mean, Iowa would probably lose because they've ran 100, 200 races at Iowa Speedway, and the Charlotte Rebels hosted 5 or 6. Maybe it's more than that,
Right.
but yeah. But
Yeah, but
you get what I'm
you
saying.
think about some of the think about some of the more iconic finishes or some of the more iconic races that we've had especially in Xfinity, like Ricky
20,
Stenhouse
I think
being pushed across the
2019,
start finish line because
2019, like every finish, 5 of the 6 races in the 2019 season at Iowa came down to like the last corner.
Mhm. Yep. And I think the only one that didn't was when Chase Briscoe ran away from it at the end of the show because Christopher Bell wrecked. But think about like Ricky Stenhouse getting his first, how Ricky got his first Xfinity win, right? Blows an engine in front of Karl, and Karl slides in the oil and pushes him across the finish line. Like those kind of moments are big. Like those kind of moments are what people remember, and they still utilize that to this day, right? They still utilize that Xfinity finish to this day. So big moments, big races, just I don't know, man. Like you're at a loss for words almost because it's such a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Our guy, we'll get into these questions, get you guys out of here as quick as we can. But our guy, Jacob Horde, Ohio Dirt Racing, um, Ohio Dirt Track Podcast. I wanted to make sure I got the name right because he's a good dude. Which support series do you want to see with Cup, Xfinity, Trucks, Arca, Silver Crown, etc.? I would love if they found a way to bring Silver Crown into this. I don't know how many people at Silver Crown know people at NASCAR to make that happen, or I should say at USAC. But from what I can tell, it's only set for Xfinity and Cup right now. And as like on this like chairman of the committee of the Save Iowa Speedway board that didn't actually do anything, we just raised awareness. NFL did a similar thing with the month of October, wearing pink on their jerseys.
Right.
As the chairman of that adjacent committee, I would say I don't care. With all due respect to whoever wants to come be the support class, I don't care. I'll take the Cup race.
Am I not mistaken? I think isn't that the same weekend that Arca generally ran their one-off event?
I
Was that
believe
same
it was the weekend
that
before.
Father's Day
It was
weekend?
the weekend before when the World of Outlaws are typically at Knoxville.
Okay.
Obviously, we're waiting on that schedule and those schedules to come out. 2024 is going to be a fucking fun time.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And if that event that Brownells, formerly the Brownells Big Guns Bash, now changed to the Extreme Media Come Shoot, I apologize. That's not like a sponsor alliance thing. I just forgot what the race was called this year. That's bad journalism by me. If that stays on the same weekend, that is the weekend before, I believe. From how I would read a calendar, 11 to 12 is
I just, I think they would, even pigtail both Xfinity and Arca off of that same weekend on top of it would be interesting to see. But regardless, I'm in the same boat as you. I really don't care what they bring with it. Hell, they could bring me and you pushing shopping carts around the damn place, and I'd be okay with it.
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be an entertaining read. We'd get way too much publicity. Entertain people for a whole lap? No way. A couple other questions. Austin Kaninsky, we kind of answered this one, how big it would be to Iowa and area race fans that we finally get to host a Cup race. I'm not kidding, man. There was rumors just about every year. Would you agree, Damon?
I would say from probably when did that first IndyCar race show up there? Was that like 2009?
Yeah.
Is that
2007,
right?
I think. No, it might have been 9.
Okay,
yeah, it was very, very early.
But regardless, we were hearing rumors, obviously the day that they announced and opened the track and whatever. But then I think really from that first IndyCar race up until basically 2018, 2019 is when, we kind of stopped hearing they're going to bring Cup to the track. And then the new schedule, right? That was the big deal, is we're going to get a new schedule. There's going to be new tracks, going to be new everything, right? So we get Gateway, we get Road America, we get, we get the Roval, we get this, we get that. And then they continuously left Iowa off the schedule every single time. So it just, you kind of get your hopes up and then get shot down. And so you kind of got used to just like, well, doesn't matter what they do. And so I think that's what makes this such a big day and a big deal is because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I really kind of lost hope in it. Like I didn't think it was going to
Yeah.
happen,
Oh
to
yeah.
be honest with you.
Yeah, that in the last remaining hope I had was what IndyCar did to it and made it really cool. But yeah, before that, I remember there was a nugget in Brad Keslowski said what would he want for his dream schedule, and he put Iowa Speedway on it twice when he was writing a blog
Yep.
every week. So that was like a big thing for Iowa Speedway. I remember it was like an impactful deal that we were talking about, and then it went back to that damn facilities excuse. And I don't want to say the facilities haven't gotten nicer with the IndyCar Hy-Vee stuff. They have. They absolutely have been redone, and it looks fantastic. But size-wise, it hasn't changed too much. They're still the same grounds that have been there. Which, yeah, I don't ask me. I've seen the Truck Series at Knoxville. You can race at whatever damn facility you need to. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Blake Walker, out from Knoxville Raceway, he asked us, what upgrades do we want to see done to the facility before Cup gets here? And I can't think of a specific deal. And maybe I should put both these questions in here because Jay, also out from Knoxville, I should have put that together before. Is it possible we see a quick repave before the race? Hopefully not. I've been hearing rumors of a surface upgrade. I don't know where that will, and the reason I phrase it like that is I don't know if that's a rework, if they're treating the asphalt, what they're wanting to do. I don't think, new non-aged pavement is the best thing to go with. It hasn't produced the result. People like aging asphalt. I don't really understand that aspect of it too much, I guess, in terms of what do we want to see done to it now. Like, whatever's going to produce the best racing is what I want to see done to it. So if they think that's what it's going to be, then that's what it's going to be. I'm sure we'll get a little more clarity on that tomorrow. We might have just lost Damon, which is completely fine here. I could talk about this for 2.5 hours. I just want to make sure he left because he had to go. But yeah, everybody, if you have any other questions too, if you're a new racing fan, if you're wanting to check this out and need advice on where to go, how to travel, stuff like that, message me on Twitter. It's at CFChangs9. I'm usually all over next to the ARD Twitter page as well, and my account will just pop up. So message me on there. I will be happy to answer any question, no matter how stupid, no matter how dumb. And yeah, this should be a big thing. And big shout out to whoever sent me this. Let me get his name. Joel McGuire. Appreciate you. This is fivo-enterprise.com. Has this set as the June 14th through 16th weekend. This appears to be a ticket selling agency that has this on their website with the Arca Series logo right up there with the Cup and Xfinity one. So weekend of June 14th through 16th is looking like the weekend it's going to be. They are accepting deposits to that link. But before I tweet it out, I want to do a little more intel on who these people are. I'm just letting you guys know what is being set out there and what is being sent to me by you fantastic people. We got Damon back now. That's good. Hey, I held down the fort. Yeah, you're good. You're good. We were on facility upgrades, but someone just sent me a link of a third-party ticket seller, and apparently the Arca Series will be another support series. June 14th through 16th is what it says. It says you can put a $25 deposit in to get priority on tickets. It's fivo-entertainment.com. I'm not sure if you've heard of that. FEV.
I don't think I have.
I'll tweet it out in the next hour at some time. I got a couple people to call and I need to figure that stuff out, and then I'll do some intel throughout the afternoon. This is going to be our Super Bowl, just so everybody's aware. I'm starting a countdown tomorrow. Whatever closest thing to the 3-digit NASCAR number, maybe it's 199 days away, and I can just post a Travis Pastrana picture.
Yeah, that'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no shit. They planned this all around, and they put a cherry on top for Connor so he could tweet Travis Pastrana photo.
So out of curiosity, when I cut out, what facility changes did you want to see?
I
Just
didn't.
so I don't say the same thing.
No, you're good. I didn't go into any of them because I had gotten that message and was talking more about the background a little bit. But yeah, like all I was saying was the track surface. I don't know if a new surface is the key to better racing. I don't know how many years this surface has in it and what would be more profitable to pave it now so we don't have to do it in 5 or what. Whatever they think is best to produce racing and make sure the racing people have the final say in that. And that's not just, I want it new because we're helping you with this. If you get
I think that was another question that we ended up getting to is would there be a quick repave? I don't think we're going to get a repave right this year. But based on like the conversations that the IndyCar drivers had mentioned to us when we were there in July, plus just the track wear itself, like I wouldn't be surprised for them to run this year and then repave for next year. As far as other facility upgrades go, the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head, when I camped there previously, they've never had, or they didn't have at that time, like portable showers for the campers. You had to just do it on your own. Like it's the small thing, right? Like it's super
yeah.
small, not the end of the world. But I think if you were to put in just like they do at the Kansas Speedway, they have portable showers there. I think if you add that to it, I think we're talking, just that's a simple facility upgrade that probably doesn't cost a whole lot. That's going to help benefit your camping just a little bit more. But as far as actual hard facilities go, man, I don't think there's anything that we can talk about, complain about, say, other than, because the IndyCar people came in and did such a good job with those Hy-Vee grandstands that they put in and the suites there, and then really kind of cleaned everything else up. I think they did a good job of making everything look that much better. And I think that's what makes this a little more appealing too.
Yeah. I mean, what were the portable showers like? Have I told you my story from Eldora?
Which portable showers? Like the ones in Kansas?
Yeah.
They're actually pretty nice. Not
Okay.
gonna lie to you.
So the ones at Eldora that we went to Eldora for Kings Royal, and I'm going to find this shower, and it's like a back of a motorhome type of space, and it has like 6 showers in it, and we're waiting in line, and it's like a 35-minute line. There's like 8 people in front of me, and we get to the front of it. This guy and I are about to go in, and 2 guys walk out, and we walk in, and there's only 1 shower available when we walked in. It wasn't like a father and son. It was like a really old guy and a younger dude. And everyone on here knows I'm on the other side of the batter's box. I'm not offended by that or making fun of them. But I was just like, where'd this other shower come from? Like,
just shocked out of there.
Oh my, it was a hoot.
No,
I hope they're a little nicer than that for the NASCAR fans.
The portable showers at Kansas, the ones that they had this year anyway, it's basically just like your typical enclosed trailer, but then there's 4 showers and 2 sinks. So there's 4 individual showers. They're all blocked off each way, and then there's 2 sinks on either end. The ones that they had previously was just this trailer full of doors, and they were all individual showers. So
okay, so that one got passed to Eldora.
Yeah,
that style. All right.
Yep.
That's a good thing. Yeah. Get one.
I think
those, get a lot of those down.
Really outside that though, man, like think about all the facilities that we were at and went to, and there really isn't a whole lot of quote unquote bad facility there. I mean, obviously you're going to do some upgrades, you're going to do some cleaning, you're going to do some typical wear and tear maintenance, but as far as regarding the non-track itself, like all the other buildings that are adjacent or with the facility, I don't think there's anything bad about it.
Helen, go get whatever company IndyCar rents it in and get some more seats.
Mm-hmm. Put some seats through turns 1 and 2. And
those things, I will say, those things get built damn fast. but I wouldn't like. I'm sure they would want to start on them a little bit before that NASCAR race. So,
Yeah.
if you're working together with them, you might as well get some more seats there and see how big of a crowd we can handle.
I think what would be cool too is you see some, how they do the camping on the backstretch. Extend that camping into 3 and 4 a little bit. If you don't add any seats there, extend the motorhome camping along the backstretch, and you'll fill that up too.
For sure. And then the last question we got was from my buddy. He said, "What was the holdup, or at least what's the latest one?" And that was after last night's podcast that he asked me that. It sounds to me like Kansas had to sign off on something, and that delayed things.
Interesting.
It's Kansas Speedway. Now, y'all take that for what it's worth. You can do your own inference there.
So that sounds like they're the ones that are losing a date, in my opinion.
I don't know if that means they're losing a date. I don't know if that was. I've heard all these schedule things, like people keep bringing up, well, they could go there in 24 and this other place in 25 and alternate it every year. I don't really love that aspect. I think if you have a kick-ass event, it should stay. That's just me though. And I don't think Kansas is losing a race. Don't take it as that either.
I mean, like I said this on here, I think after the fall Kansas race itself is I love the track. I love the facility. I love the racing at Kansas. And it's awesome for me as a fan to have 2 dates and go to, but you're going to probably sell the place out if you have 1 date versus not selling out, looking a 50 at best 75% full on Sunday, because really that's the day that counts, right? Like that's the day everybody's looking at. So you fill it 50 to 75% full on Sunday 2 times a year. Yes, it equals the same, but your cost is a lot more at that point. So, if Kansas loses a date, it's going to suck for that part of it. But I don't think, like you said, I don't think Kansas would lose a date on that necessarily. But if they do, we're still gaining something out of it. That's the thing, is like, don't take away a date from the Midwest and move it east, move it west, keep it in the Midwest. Like if you're going to take a date from the Midwest, keep it in the Midwest.
And give all the Southeast states to the Midwest too.
Well, that is not going to happen. That will never happen.
Oh man, I'm just being.
You want to start World War III today, don't you?
Someone he's a good dude. I think. He tweeted, "Please have NASCAR here the day after the Knoxville Nationals," and I wanted to punch a wall. No, man, no. Absolutely.
I told you. I'm telling you, the week before the 410 Nationals, I think, is a good week.
It's a fine compromise. We have a lot of things that we need to reschedule, though, if we do that.
That's fine.
And then you have to put me on live support Tuesday night of that week. And nurse.
No, I think that's the plan.
Yeah, that would have to be done. Oh, man, I'm excited. Sounds like June. Sounds like Arca, Xfinity, and Cup 2024 at Iowa Speedway. We'll be around to cover every damn detail of it right here at Always Race Day. I don't know how many more of these we're going to do this week, but I'm sure we will be on here again. I'm bringing my podcasting stuff to this presser tomorrow, and we will talk to you guys. We will talk to as many people as we can. So, and if you want to join the show for a bit as a fan, reach out to me. I'll bring people on for like 5 minutes, and we can just have a circle jerk about how badass this is. It was getting too professional. Sorry. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see you all at Iowa Speedway in 2024.